Hello, I'm John Idelson, Professor Emeritus at California State University, Monterey Bay, and I also serve on the nominating committee for CUE. And today we're talking with candidates running for the board of that outstanding organization. The nominating committee hopes that these discussions will help you make an informed decision for that important ballot you'll cast for your CUE board of directors. So let's get started. Hello, Myra. Let's start with your full name, your title, and what was your first experience with CUE?
Well, my name is Myra Deister, and I am a mathematics and computer science teacher. My experience at CUE was probably national CUE. It's been so long, I was trying to remember when I was given that question. My district offered to pay for the conference in the hotel, and I attended with some of my colleagues, and I just remember being so blown away by what other teachers were doing with technology. So after the conference, I was determined to return to my campus and start trying out some of what I learned. And I've been incorporating new tech and apps ever since then.
So do you have a favorite hashtag that you use these days?
Oh my gosh. Usually I use the ones that are tied to the conference because usually I'm tweeting about conferences, but my school just ran a whole week of trying to improve relations, and their hashtag this week was Lancer Love. So this week it's Lancer Love.
Very good. Okay. Good. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what led you to want to serve on the CUE board of directors?
Well, I was recently selected as the math tech coach on my campus, and I also serve as the site member of our district technology committee. I feel that I was asked to take those positions because of my work with Orange County CUE, OCQ board. I've served on the board of directors for OCQ for about 6 years. And as a board member, I have evaluated grant submissions, obtained sponsors for TechFest, served as communications chair, and planned the affiliate meetings at both Fall CUE and National CUE. It was during this year's Fall CUE that Mike Lawrence came and spoke with the group that I had there, and he was suggesting that they would really like to see a teacher candidate for the board. And I thought, well, I could probably do that. And so one of the reasons why I'm doing it is I really want to give back to the CUE community for all the help I've received and all the great ideas I've gotten from them. And the guidance that Mike and others from CUE have given my district now that we're finally moving one-to-one. Additionally, I feel that my experience serving on the Computer Science Teachers Association board for 8 years and serving on the executive board for my local would benefit CUE. So I have many years of experience serving on boards.
Great. Now I'd like to ask you a little more challenging question, and particularly, what are some of the greatest challenges we have in education today? And how do you think CUE and the CUE leadership can help address some of those challenges?
Well, one challenge that I feel that I'm been very passionate about is equity. Equity as far as technology, equity as far as Wi-Fi, equity as far as teacher training also. And teachers are the ones that are on the front lines. And when a student does not have the technology at home or the Wi-Fi at home, it's the teachers that need to figure out how to deal with that. And I know I've had to, and I've found different ways to support these students, either by printing the materials for them personally, or sending them through the mail to them, or staying after school so that they can come in and work. But I personally feel a better solution would be to find a way to get the tech to them, to get the Wi-Fi to them. Currently, I'm the sponsor of Give a PC Club, where my students have decided that their mission is to build PCs and give them to students that are in need of computers. I feel like CUE has done so much in this area, but more needs to be done as far as equity. And also, I felt that equity extends to teacher training. There are teachers that have not been able to attend CUE conferences or CUE Rockstar camps, the other trainings that Q does, mainly because their district doesn't pay for it. And so what I've noticed lately that the Q Rockstar camps have dropped their registration costs, which is a good step in the right direction. And I recently received an email about volunteers for National Q could have their conference fees set to zero, which I immediately turned around and sent out to my faculty to see if others would want to attend. But I think more needs to be done as far as teacher training. And one of the things that I think could be done is researching other ways to develop professional development. You could do it online at a reduced rate, or offer it both in person and online and do a reduced rate that way. So that could be one way to help solve the problem. But the other thing that needs to happen is ongoing PD. One and done does not always work well. So you need follow-up PD. Another challenge that I feel needs to be addressed is to how to measure effective technology use. Since California has changed to LCFF funding, one of the there is a major emphasis now on accountability, and if the district is going to be spending money on technology, then they need to prove that it has a positive effect, or show that there has been a positive effect on student learning. This is another area that I think Q could step up and be a leader in.
Well, those clearly are challenges, and luckily we have Q, and people like you have supported Q and interested in the board. So thank you for those answers. I want to thank you specifically on behalf of the nominating committee for the leadership that you've already shown to Q, and particularly for taking this next step for running for the Q board. For those who are watching this webcast, be sure to watch the other candidate interviews. Make sure your Q membership is current, needs to be up to date to vote. And remember to vote between March 18th and April 20th. And the voting will close at 5 p.m. Pacific time on the 20th. So Myra, thank you so much, and good luck in the election.
Thank you.